Hey everyone, it's Will, GamerDad, with another video for you. So, after finishing chapter 84, it's time to go back to fighting these dual Hachiyo or dual Eastern Spirit Horse. And so, this one was a little bit tough. I decided to play around with my team quite a bit, and the whole point is to not hit Enenra with any water attacks, otherwise it puts up a water shield and counters with a fire type attack. So note that we're using Enhanced Grasta to put high magic down and high power down, which doesn't hit and is a guaranteed 100% rate of effect. And in turn 2, we VC in Leclerc to give boost of power to the party. Note that in the case of using Cat Guardian, it does shield front and back units 35% type, 35% physical. And here we are, turn 3 AF. And I did try earlier with a Shani manifested, however, it didn't seem to do nearly the same amount of power, and I finally had to pay for the AS Hismina upgrade in order to penetrate Enenra's defenses. And of course, not having 1 or 2 water type shield resistances by hitting it with water really does help as well. Note that turn 1, Enenra can do confused status, so I use all Moon Realm gear, which you can see in my loadout later on, to prevent or reduce the chance of confusion on all my team members. Other than that, once you wipe Enenra, it's time to go full on water attacks on the protection demons, and one of their signature moves is int down. However, that doesn't really affect physical users nearly as much as mages, and so when I fought this one the first time, using Mighty was extremely difficult with Mariel. However, in the case of now, we have physical units such as Nikoko, obviously doing shielding, but also her hit can heal for 3,000 in any elemental zone, and so we don't have to rely on mage to heal us. Not only that, we still have access to daylight breaks on AS Annabelle, which actually slows down those demons. They're actually pretty fast, and daylight breaks does have a guaranteed priority 20% speed down, and so it really controls the fight here. And at this point, it's just about building up AF enough to destroy the dual protection demons, or dogs I should say. Now in this case, they actually do have an HP stopper. I know some fights can bring all of them down very, very quickly. However, in my case, I don't have any of the newest Grasta from the dungeon since I just finished chapter 84, and so this is actually all the older Grasta, nothing fancy, nothing new. And so I think that if you can enhance your team with better Grasta from chapter 80 after chapter 84 and doing that new underworld dungeon, you certainly might have a better chance of fighting this than I did. That being said, at least it's certainly something to be able to be done if you do have some pretty powerful DPS, and Nikoko in this case really does help the elemental zone with shielding and such and so forth. Very good support. Obviously, she also enhances crit rate and crit damage. Now, I did make a mistake there. I set off Unicorn Drive early, and so if I hadn't done that, I would have been able to bring both demons to the 50% HP stopper. Note that both of them were actually really I did a mistake there. They were both very, very close to the HP stopper, and if I had left water zone up, the extra 1 or 2 hits from my AoEs should have done the trick. So I didn't cancel the recording, since this was actually my first successful fight at beating these dual horrors. And so even though it's not elegant, you can see that timing is important. Button pressing and piano playing, those special moves are important as well. And so this serves as an example of making some mistakes while doing some of these fights. And I hope you guys can forgive me for not having the most elegant fight, but I wanted to show some successes and some mistakes while still hopefully being successful. Anyways, at this point, it's all about shielding. We have Guardian Soul, we have Cat Deity Guardian. Make sure we use Aiming Flood to keep the power down. And we do have Water Zone active, and since we don't really have to worry about any counters for Enenra, it's all about just building up a bar and burning it down. Now note that one of the dogs or demons did heal, and so unfortunately that means that I can't end the fight right here and then. Okay, no problems there. So if you're wondering why the numbers in terms of the physical attacks were so low, again, multiple shields and debuffs, you can see all those red icons on the demons. And so I'm going to do an AF here, to show you what happens when you don't bring both demons down to the 50% HP stopper together. The top demon actually stays because I didn't bring that one down apparently. We can kill the bottom one. And note that if you do only kill one of the protection demons, they do change their moveset just a little bit, but on the other hand, you only have one to face, and so, you know, there's an advantage to that as well. Note that because we are using AS Annabelle, and she does take HP losses because her moves kind of get enhanced as her HP gets lower, you really want to use Nokoko's I guess Cat Deity Swipe, which heals everyone for 3,000 within zone sometime during the end of the AF to kind of heal up Annabelle to make sure you don't die. Alright, so the ugly part of the fight is over. We're just going from the fixed rotation. You can see that there's one move that has 1500 fixed HP. There's some double swipes, fire physical types attacks. They're all slash attacks, so I think if you use Pierce Stone here, you probably will be relatively successful as well. Other than that, just applying our debuffs, controlling the fight. Half bar, we're going to end it right here. You can see that even with the fire type double attack, we're not taking nearly as much damage. Also note that, of course, AS Annabelle has that elemental shield at the end of turn depending on the number of water attacks up to 40%, which actually still helps with attacks. Now in terms of finishing off here, we can do a ton of damage with AS Hismina. I actually just upgraded it this morning, and so I'm actually just playing around with it for the very first time. I will have 5-star reviews, but the whole point is having as many stacks of the I guess the three times L hits, and then once you get 5 stacks, you can unleash the super powered attack, the Rosa Aspias or whatever it is. So anyways, not the most elegant fight. However, we didn't have any real risk of dying, had multiple shields, and we took the long game. But hey, a win is a win, right? So there you go. Void Bow, another gold badge, and 3 of the 8 demons down. Nice. Okay, so you can see the Void Bow, of course, is the same as the other. Type attack plus 20% and crit rate guarantee. So you might not even need a crit rate setter if you put this bow on the likes of, for example, Iesukia or any high-powered bow DPS. Alright, so you can see the loadout here. Note that AS Hismina still does a ton of damage, even though one of her Grasta is just a high magic down. And Foreign is our other unit, high power down, with obviously carrying Grasta for AS Hismina. Annabelle is a damage dealer, and the other 2 are basically just to carry Grasta as well. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.